So today, we are going to be taking on the Fall of the Empire monolith. This monolith is focused mainly around void damage, but also be wary of physical damage, so I get these resistances capped, if possible. The blessings that this monolith offer are based around affix shard drops, such as increasing prefix shard drop rates. But today, we are going to be running through this monolith, and we're going to be facing the boss, Hearton Husk here, and seeing how we deal with him. And we're also going to be showcasing one of the uniques that drops specifically from him. So you gotta stick around to see what unique we're going to get here. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump in, not waste any time, and run through this as fast as we can. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Before we jump in, we are going to run through our character very quickly here. But if you'd rather, you can skip to the time on the screen or the timestamp I should have below. Anyway, let's run through our character very quickly here. These are our resistances right now. Actually, we have to put back on our helmets, which now this is our resistances here. We are level 71. We only have this much health, which is not great to be honest, but we do have a massive ton of ward generation. Let's run through our skills very quickly here. We do have Ghost Flame, mainly focusing on Ignite and Dam Chance, as well as the Decrepify Curse, and spreading fear to all the enemies, and also dealing more damage to them when they're feared. Next up, we got CHTHONIC FISSURE, which is basically like a machine gun here with spirits, and also shredding their resistance to both necrotic and fire res. It also has a chance to shoot out Chaos Bolts, making it like a machine gun Chaos Bolts spreader. Then we got Chaos Bolts, which is mainly focused on igniting the Dam Chance, just like Ghost Flames, as well as dealing more damage per hit to these damage over times on the enemies. We got Rip Blood cast as well, and then we also have Bone Curse casted as well, and a chance to recast Chaos Bolts here. Then Transplant, our main defensive skill, which is basically our transporting skill 2. It gives us a lot of bone armor, which is basis of about 600 armor basically. It also uses it to get our mana back, as well as casting Bone Curse on arrival. It is a very high utility skill for us right now. Then we're kind of using the Spear Plague as a bit of extra damage. Not all too much here. And that's our skills for right now. Let's run through our passives very quickly. Our Acolyte tree, it is what it is. We got ward retention and some ward intelligence and resistance. Then our Warlock tree is basically focused on ailment overloads, such as Ignite and Damned, and Witchfire and damage over time, and some ward stuff here, and less damage taken. That's basically our tree. As for our inventory, you can kind of stop here and pause anytime you want. We have some ward per second per channeling Ghost Flames, as that's our main skill. That is our setup on idols. Our items here are kind of garbage. Main one is here with 9 ward gained on kill. Isidor's Tomb Binding Belt is really good too. Then we got Cinder Song, which is, yeah, terrible first, but also gives us +1 to our fire skills. But that's our setup for right now. Let's go ahead and start this monolith. Which way should we go? We're going to try run through this very quickly here. Going to go for the money, then the experience. Let's go! Monolith started. We've got to slay enemies to locate the Void Fuse Sorcerer. So we're going to try and make our way there, because it'll more likely spawn at the far side of the map. So we're just going to keep slaying enemies till that sorcerer shows up. And you hear the audio cue, that means it is here. We also got a Sanctum Key. Had a quick look at that exalted item, but it's not for us. Always remember to pick up the shards, they're really good. Especially if we're going to start a new character. We should have actually done that mage too, because our character really needs the affix for ward on kill. Here we go. Need to be very careful there. We took a lot of damage there very quickly. Taking lots of stupid damage. Problem with our build right now is we use up too much mana. And that is kind of what happened there. We're going to have a quick look at the shrine. Hopefully it is some affix. Drop shards or even drop unique, but it was mana regen, which is really good, but at the end of it, it is not that good. I'm rich. Let's open up our chest. And let's continue on. I said we're going to the experience. But now that we see other options, I'm actually going to go to the money here because it has runes later down the line and I'd like to get more runes of Ascendant. Essentially, when you're doing the monoliths, you kind of want to focus moving away from the center as much as possible. You gain much more stability where you need to gain up to 320. Which, the further you move out, the more and more you get. Making it easier to do it faster. Or the audio cue. Gonna have a quick look at that. That's not for us. Let's go. We now have to go and find the soul gate. We're gonna make our way there. Also gotta remember that each echo has active modifiers. Over here, they have increased health and they focus attacking us. But we also got more experience gained as well as item rarity. Let's start the gate. Once you start the gate here, it's going to keep spawning enemies till you take out a whole bunch of them. Better build right now with the Warlock. Should be very capable of taking out the enemies here. Yep, that's this echo conquered. Onwards we go, get our rewards, and move on to the next one. Keep going as fast. We're going to see how fast we can actually do this. Monolith. Wreackage again. That was a terrible chest. I'm going to go for runes, then the experience. As you see, we need 320 stability. We are at 42. We have a chance to get 35 and gain more stability by staying in the echo for longer, taking out as much enemies to a certain max that you can get. You'll see once we start taking out some enemies. If we got to slay the enemies. That guy is fairly tanky. As you can see now, actually hasn't showed up yet. Actually going to grab this ring. Trying not to get too much damage from that carrion snake. Grab this, 200% stun chance. Not the best one first, but we will take it all the same. They were exalted boots we should have had a look at, but honestly, just going to keep moving. We do have a mage, so we should actually check and take out the mage for our character specifically here. We need the affixes on gloves. Let's see if we're able to deal with him pretty quickly here. We are dealing a lot of damage to us. There's a lot of enemies here. And a lot of garbage on my screen with loot. I really, really need to set up an item pillar. But look, we joined the Circle of Fortune, giving us a quest to take out the mages, which was going to give us some set items, which are both the pair of boots. This is not the affix I wanted from the mage, so we're just going to move on now and continue doing the monolith. Joe Skeletons stunned us there for a second. But yeah, main damage of this monolith is kind of centered around void damage as well as physical damage. Also, that looks like electricity damage, so potentially some electricity damage. That also, those guys tend to do necrotic damage too, so. Ghost of Embers, fire resistance, not for us. Let's go here. We finish this one, so we move on to the next one. Onwards we go. We're after doing 3 echoes. Got 68 stability here. We're gonna go this direction. Got the experience, move out towards the ruins. Trying to farm up all of the Runes of Ascendance so we can start farming up uniques. Stuff like that. Also getting the Runes of Shattering to help with getting rare affixes that we can use to craft on later on. Actually, we're going to take that. That could be really good for us. Increase experience gained on kill. That is pretty awesome. I do enjoy that shrine quite a lot, because leveling can be a little bit of a grind. I'm going to take on another mage here. For the sake of the video, I should probably just not be taking on the mages, but we're going to shred this guy pretty quickly. I'm going to Rune of Research, which is awesome. Volatile zombies on potion use. We're actually going to take this because we might use it later on. Potentially for a volatile zombies build with the Warlock. But as of right now, we are not going to use that. We still got to slay enemies to locate the bone furnace, and then we got to take out that bone furnace.
Impossible.
But this is the stability I was talking about earlier. That you have to build up in the echo here. Awesome, we leveled up 72. Heard the drop of the exalted item there, but there's not one we are looking for. It's going to keep moving throughout the map because literally it's going to spawn. It's not going to spawn near the start. Typically, not really, but could potentially. We got ambushed. Taking a lot longer to shred this guy. But we're no danger of dying. We are pretty tanky. That's this done here. Let's go back. Just going to level up very quickly here. Last we left off. Finishing damage over time. So right now we are going to get the haste chance on kill. And we are going to try and take more haste so we can move faster throughout the maps. So far now we've built up enough stability to do the first quest, but we're going to save up till we can do all 3 at once. So let's continue on through the lightless pits here. What's this cycle going to have us do? It is going to have us do another gate here. That's a lot of bears.
It eludes me.
We do stack quite a lot of damage over time. Different types. As well as curses. You can also see the element overloads going off. So you can see flame whips going off once we stack up 25 ignites. Coming from our character. Or you can see chains going around enemies. Once we stack up the dam chance on enemies. Also Ghost Flames has a secondary effect once you see the kind of skull explode outwards from a character. That means we're casting the Decrepify curse. as well as fearing him. So you kind of have to hold the attack a little bit longer to deal extra damage. We took quite a lot of damage there. That was very, very close. Almost died. Our character is pretty tanky. Although with Ghost Flames, you can see it makes us extremely stationary. This is the big downside to it. Although there is passive skills that allow you to move, but we haven't taken those. Maybe in the future we'll try it out and see how it feels. I'm going to ignore this mage. We don't need to do it right now. Well, we do, but at the same time. For the sake of continuing on, we're just going to leave it and move onwards. Let's go. Finish this one and we continue on. Grab all the runes and move onwards. Here we have a beacon, which we are actually going to take here. Taking a beacon, you won't get rewards, but you will still get the reward chest, but you won't get the echo reward. But it will showcase everything around the area. We'll do this mage though. This one should be okay to do. We'll shut him down very, very quickly. Nice. Belts ward gained on potion use now. Frenzy after using. We're not going to take it anyway. I was going to pick it up, but then our inventory's full, so I'm going to leave it behind. Not going to be sorting my inventory out. About this. Monoliths here. We're just going to keep moving. Except to keep running down dead ends. We got to charge the beacon now. This is a different quest in this echo than other quests or other echoes. It's pretty much just like the gate. We're gonna have to get there, defend against enemies while staying in the area. Here's the beacon. Let's begin. I was expecting that guy to hit us really, really hard. But he didn't actually hit us at all. That guy did. It's a lot of big dudes coming in right now. Not anymore though. Let's go. We charge up the beacon. Let's get the flak out here. And go back to the end of time. No reward. One reward chest. We got a grand bone idol. Spell damage for curses. We're going to take that. Also, the set boots that we got. Crit multi when at full health. Crit multi when at full health. Increased movement speed. And increased leash rate. It's Eric's ambition. Kinda cool, but not for us. We don't do melee nor thrown damage. We got 157. We're just about halfway, so we got to keep moving here. This one's really, really nice. It's just defending again waves of enemies. Means we're going to get the bonus stability here. Would be nice to show what wave you're on, but at the same time, you can kind of guess by the stability here because it's going to be filled up by the end of it anyway. We can kind of tell where exactly you are throughout the wave. Not pinpoint accurate, but you get a rough idea of how much you've left to take out here. Just focus on taking out the enemies. This is all this one is. My character here is really good at it. We get so much ward per kill from the little dudes.
Will not take me.
You can see we're sitting at over 1,000 ward. Pretty consistently until the enemies despawn and then come back again. We're almost at the end of it though. Are these going to be the last of the enemies, or is there going to be one more wave? No, they were the last of the enemies. Just going to grab the shards and let's leave. That's a lot of gold to be left behind, but it is what it is. Grab experience. Open our chest. We got an adorned idol. We're going to hold on to it. That one is not great. We don't use that skill. That is 2 experiences in a row versus a rune and shard. We're going to go for experience though. We're at 193. We got about, what was that, like 40 stability from that one alone. And now we've got to do another one here. I do enjoy this one because you don't have to traverse maps or the echoes. You just kind of let the monsters come to you. Also, sometimes they can have shrines on around the edges of the waves here, giving you increased experience or stuff like that, or even just to help you out.
It eludes me. Death will not take me.
We're doing our ultimate warlock move with ghost flames. It's called the spinny flames. As you can see, it's super effective. Not really, but just fun to do. It's a lot of skeleton dudes. Ninja Shower CHTHONIC FISSURE, it's basically just machine guns. However, it does take up a lot of mana. Right now it's costing 63. I wonder where the enemies there were gone for a second. We have a really decent combo with our character, but it uses up a significant amount of mana. Just throwing out the CHTHONIC FISSURE and then casting Ghost Flames.
Your death has come.
Stacks up a lot of damage over time very, very quickly. Making our damage ramp significantly faster. This one's almost over. I would imagine that these are the last of the enemies. Okay, these are the last of the enemies. Okay, no, yeah, that's it. I was going to keep going till they were the last of the enemies. This one I'm not going to take. Also not going to take that. And we are going to grab our rewards and keep on moving. $229. Let's keep moving out. We're going to move towards the set item here. See what sort of set items we can get from that Echo reward. So we got to slay enemies to locate the Emperor's remains, and then we got to slay the Emperor's remains. These are the Void creatures. We dropped a lot of idols here.
It eludes me.
We just got to slay the Emperor. Nice, we level up again. Extremely awesome. Can't pick up the shards for some reason, just wouldn't pick them up. It's almost missing the shrine. Gonna kind of keep just moving around these guys. Honestly, I do tend to get caught up on taking out enemies, but it gives us stability. So it's not like it's not worth it to take them out. For the sake of timing, it's probably better to just probably run through. But not entirely sure about that yet. Need to be careful there. Stun this and drop the big damage on us. Let's stack up all our debuffs and damage over time and curses. Train boots. Not for us. Let's continue onwards now. Grab our rewards. Pick up the shards, please. Let's go and do our level up here. We were literally doing haste on kill. We're at 260. I'm guessing it's going to take us this one and the next Echo. And then we can do the quests. I'm rich.
Death will not take me.
But those level ups giving us haste will help us get through the maps here much quicker. Okay, stun the shit out of us. That armor plate, by the way, I looked at very quickly. It is what I thought was increased damage while transformed, which our character definitely does not transform. If we were the Lich, then yeah, then we transform. 100% crit chance. Our Chaos Bolts crit, but not our Ghost Flames here. Also, Ghost Flames don't count as on hit. It would be very strong if it did. It's looking like we're going to have to slay a lot of enemies to lure out the ambush. Although here it is. Just as I said. We'll be careful, that lad is going to hit us. And stun us. Stacked up a crazy amount of damage over time on that guy. We also got a dagger. Jellicor's Blast Knife. 3 to detonate an arrow. -3 mana cost for detonating an arrow. Detonate an arrow no longer requires a bow. Detonate arrow's initial projectile is changed to melee attack that applies an explosive charge to each enemy hit. Each charge explodes after the same duration that an arrow from detonate an arrow. How many times can I say that word? Detonate an arrow. An explosion deals the same damage. It scales with melee damage instead of bow damage. And 55 melee damage for the detonating arrow. I've never used that actually. Let me know if you've used it and tell me if it's any good. And let's head back. Before I have to say detonating arrow again. Please don't be detonating arrow. And it is Fairbore's Chisel, which increases melee physical damage for totems as well as spell physical damage. 15 mana, crit chance for totems per intelligence, and crit multi for totems. Sounds cool. I also never used that. Let me know if that one's good too. So yeah, definitely we're going to have to do at least one more. Potentially two more. We need to get 34 more stability. And it's looking like we're actually going to get this one because it is a wave-based echo, which is nice.
Death will not take me.
We don't have to search around for all the enemies, they just come to us.
It eludes.
It's nice to have the variety in doing the echoes. Whether doing wave-based, traversing the map, having to slay enemies, looking for... We haven't had to do the patrols, which I would say is... It's not too bad, but it wouldn't be my favourite echo to do. That's by far, which is my favourite echo to do. I do enjoy the wave-based. It's a nice change of pace. I also like fighting bosses in the echoes too. Could not stop that guy from hitting us. That's this echo conquered. That's awesome. I know we got 20 here, but it is amplified by how far we are out. So we are definitely going to have enough to do the quests here. Yeah, 333. Let's go ahead and do the Voidscarred Necropolis. Let's see what we're going to have to do for this quest. What sort of objectives we're going to have to do. We are just going to have to go and speak with Yuli here. Then we're going to have to destroy the soul repositories scattered throughout the echo. Or Necropolis.
Death will not take me.
So we got one to the north of us, one to the southeast, and one directly kind of southwest too. We gotta be careful of that. That's gonna do a lot of damage to us. But we also did a lot of damage to it. Got stuck on the wall there for a second. I'm assuming we're gonna have to do another objective. Based on the position of these soul repositories. I'm pretty sure we need to go this way.
It eludes me.
We got some bats chasing us.
It eludes me.
We're trying to teleport. When it eludes our character. Need to be careful there. Seeing that big AoE attack. That has the potential to one-shot us. I'm assuming. I do not want to get caught in it. Maybe not. Which direction? Actually, can we just move in this direction? It's nice to get the haste. Moving us on that little bit faster throughout the echo. Nope. I gambled and I lost. After a long trek of shame, we're back. Moving in the right direction. I had it the first time.
Impossible.
This is the last soul repository. Nice. Now we gotta move back and find Yulia in the east side of the city. See what she's gonna have us do here. What's next? You sure? Goodbye, my friend. We gotta take her out here. We're fighting Yulia. And we took her out fairly quickly there. That's kind of awesome, actually. In this quest echo, I'm gonna fight a boss as Yulia was the boss. Let's go on to the Path of Despair and see what we're gonna have to do in this quest echo here. We got to find the signs of living among the Imperial Caravan. Got to destroy all the husks.
It eludes me.
Got to search the rest of the caravan now. This one is... This monolith's kind of based around, I'm guessing, the husks, because the boss is called Harton's Husk. And we already fought Yulia's husk. Imperial Caravan Master. Took him out. Also, we got a unique item here that I was about to run past here. Our mana ran out. We got this for a second. Devotion. 1% increased cast speed with smite per 2 missing mana. We're just going to take it. We'll finish this quest echo anyway. And I'll read it once we are out. Makes more sense. Now, if I could find it. Devotion. 1% increased cast speed with smite per 2% missing mana. 1 spell damage with smite per 5 missing mana. Endurance, increased healing effectiveness. 57% lightning damage and 8% lightning penetration. Sounds cool. And that is for the Sentinel class. To the Dreadnought's Wreackage. In this timeline, the Immortal Empire is in its final days as the Void overwhelms it. However, to survive, Admiral Harton has turned to embrace the Void. Fight this Void-infused Harton among the wreckage of the Dreadnought. Let's go! Let's see how we can deal with this boss. Showcase its mechanics. He remembers us. Need to be careful. Position. Just kind of watch where the attacks are going to be. We need to move out at for sure. CHTHONIC FISSURE is going to be dealing a lot of damage for us as we move. Need to be careful. He's got 2 outside enemies attacking in. Need to be careful of that AoE. I feel like that could potentially one-shot us. We can move. Got stunned there for a second because he hit us. Not doing as much damage as I'd like. They're more focused on keeping moving. Do not want to get stuck in the big AoE attack, that one specifically. We were getting kind of trapped in that. It's so great to have the movement skill there. He's getting pretty low up. Ooh, get out of that. Nice. We bet Harden's Husk here. And we get to choose our blessing now. So let's see what we got here. Looking for prefix ones. 30% increase ring shard drop rates. 32% increase wand shard drop rates. Or increased two-handed staff shard drop rates. Let's check the ranges. That is literally the lowest roll we could have got. This here is towards the high end. And this one is literally the highest. So, which one would I prefer out of these three here? Wand, because our character uses wands, but also ring shards, because you have to do 2. Also makes sense here. But I was really looking for, you can get prefix shards here, which is one I would much prefer. I'm going to get the ring because we're using a unique wand. And we're going to confirm our selection. We can always come back and change it if necessary as well. Now let's go and showcase the legendary that Harden's Husk drops here. We got the shield. This is only one of 2 uniques that are more than likely going to drop at this stage of the monolith. Bulwark of the Last Abyss. 35% block chance, 571 block effectiveness, while also having a plus 12% block chance. 59% increased armor, and every 3 seconds, if you're high health, you lose 25% of your current health and gain the Apocalypse buff for 3 seconds, which is 70% increased void damage during Apocalypse and 7% melee crit strike multiplier during the Apocalypse. Pretty cool item, but again, not for our character here. Anyway, let's head back, finish up the monolith here, and that's going to be the end of this video here. Just want to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe or comment, and I hope you keep a lookout for the next one. See you next time.